The Great Lakes is the world's largest body of fresh water. It is 84% of North America's surface fresh water and 21% of the world's supply of fresh water. These lakes are also home of many animals, which led to a huge food web. First example of the prey relationship is the trout and crayfish. The trout eats the crayfish and gets energy from it. However, by humans polluting the water can cause the crayfish population to decrease, making the trout unable to obtain energy and soon die. This is the same case of the second prey relationship, where the walleye fish also eats the crayfish for energy. One type of mutualism that happens in the Great Lakes are algae and fungi working together to form communities of lichens. Another is when a bluegill eats the food from the clam and benefits the clam by cleaning its shell. Two types of commensalism are seaweed providing home for fishes and hollow trees providing shelter for turtles. There are many parasitism happening in the Great Lakes. However, the most common ones are zebra mussels increasing, which kills the algae, and sand fleas relevant to the surface beside the lakes sucking blood from humans. With all this information, why is the Great Lakes important? Well, more than 35 million people live in the basin and depends on the Great Lakes' natural resources like fish, fresh drinking water, recreation, and waste disposal. Threats to the Great Lakes face are pollution mainly caused by humans, exotic species, and sea lamprey, also known as the Great Lakes invader, which are parasites to fishes. The Great Lakes consist of 5 different lakes. They are Lake Huron, Lake Ontario, Lake Superior, Lake Erie, and Lake Michigan. Let's first get to know Lake Superior. Lake Superior is 43 north and 86 west. It is the longest, deepest, and coldest of all Great Lakes and is located north by Ontario and Minnesota and also south by Wisconsin and Michigan. It has little agriculture because of its cool climate and poor soil for planting. Second is Lake Michigan, latitude 43 north and longitude 87 west. It is the only one of the Great Lakes that lies completely in one country, which is the United States, and comes second largest when it comes to the volume of the Great Lakes. Third is Lake Huron, which is located in 44 north and 89 west, northeast of Ontario and west of Michigan. It is the third largest lake by volume and a place for vacation homes. This land is mainly used, however, on farming and fishery. Fourth is Lake Ontario. Its latitude 44 north and 77 west, located in Ontario and New York, and consists of industrial centers on the Canadian side. Lastly, Lake Erie. It is located 42 north and 81 west, in north by Ontario and south by Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York, and west by Michigan. It is the fourth largest lake but the most smallest by volume of all the other Great Lakes. Its outflow provides Canada and United States hydroelectricity power. One species I picked that lives in the Great Lakes is the bald eagle. Mating is very important to increase population. The first step is courting. As humans, we do it by giving flowers, chocolates, or even playing a song. Eagles court by showing off their flying skills to the mate they adore. It is believed that bald eagles mate for life. However, within the relationship, there could be ups and downs. For example, when one mate dies or disappears, the other pair finds another mate. The scenario is when both cannot make eggs. Both mates find a new mate to mate with. Limiting factors that decrease eagle population is first habitat loss. People living close to the Great Lakes use the water, which are the main nesting areas for bald eagles. Second, they are being shot. They are usually shot by ranchers, farmers, and hunters that felt the need to protect themselves, livestock, and their animals from bald eagles. That is all for my presentation.
And as always, Squad Fam Jiu-Jitsu.